we just talked with a close family friend who says he's thankful the victim is safe and says it could have been a lot worse.
You'd never know it by their energy and enthusiasm, but hundreds of these Solid Blue fans have been camped out here for days waiting to get their paws on those big Blue Madness tickets.
This extreme heat can be very difficult for high school athletes. Find out how some local football players are staying cool.
A Corbin girl appears on Toddlers and Tiaras. We'll talk to her and her family and see if she wins. Are you a winner? Oh!
After days of emotional testimony from both the prosecution and the defense, today the jury recommended 20 years in prison for Brian McGuire in the shooting death of Daniel Donato. The house is still smoldering here where the children's rooms used to be, and while Mariah and her family lost everything in this house fire, they say they're not giving up hope.
And there are some things you can do inside your own home. One of them is to check your windows and make sure all of them open easily.
With the polls just closing, as you can see behind me, supporters are starting to trickle in here at the Lexington Center. The incumbent mayor himself arrived just a short time ago. It took the jury 5 hours to find 50-year-old Karen Cipher guilty of extortion, lying to the FBI, and retaliating against a witness. And the sheriff says that next phase of the drug roundup will take place in the next month or so. Reporting live from the Madison County Sheriff's Office, Jacqueline Sprague, ABC 36, your local news source.
ABC 36's Jacqueline Sprague is live at the Farrington apartment complex in Lexington with the latest. Jacqueline?
Well, the Nicholasville man was robbed right here in the parking lot of the Farrington apartments after police say he posted an ad on Craigslist. Now the neighborhood is on edge as police continue to search for the gunman.
That scares me. Somebody running around with a gun and all these kids running around.
Lexington police and search dogs combed the area around the Farrington apartments Wednesday night after an armed robbery. Police say it all started when the victim posted an ad on the internet.
Approximately 6:28, we got a call here in reference to a gentleman that was meeting some folks for a Craigslist sale. And when he pulled up into the parking lot, two male blacks approached him, one with a handgun that demanded the items from him.
The suspects got away with the victim's iPad, iPhone, and wallet. Kelly Keeling was with her 4-year-old son sitting on the porch and let the victim use her phone to call police.
He just looked really disturbed, you know, like frazzled and just confused, and I felt bad for him, so I talked to him, "Are you okay?" And he was like, "Can I use your phone?"
Police warn people to use caution whenever selling something on the internet or meeting people they don't know. Mary Wage lives next door and says this is a wake-up call to her and her family.
That kind of scares me now, because if they could do that, anybody could, because my son likes to try to go on the Craigslist to sell stuff, and I'd be scared for him because he's 15, and somebody could set him up the same way. He can't do that on him anymore because I don't trust it.
Police say the suspects are 2 black males in their early to mid-20s. If you have any information on this armed robbery, call Lexington Police. Reporting live in Lexington, Jacqueline Sprague, ABC 36, your local news source. 6-year-old Madison Baker started doing pageants when she was 4 years old.
I do ballet, I do tap.
And you like it?
Madison's mother, Laura, got her involved in pageants, but not for the reasons you may think.
I saw an article in the newspaper about the Corbin's Relay for Life, so we decided to do it because I had lost my sister-in-law of cancer while I was pregnant with Madison. Then it would be Madison's great aunt that had passed away from cancer, and she said, "Mommy, they're proud of me." So we basically did it for a good cause for the American Cancer Society.
Madison loved doing pageants so much she continued. Earlier this year, she got a call from TLC asking her to be a part of the show Toddlers and Tiaras.
I'm excited.
She's excited, but I'm excited and nervous at the same time because I don't know what they'll air. You are being a BRAT.
I'm waiting for you.
Madison's been in more than 30 pageants and won more than 15 crowns, including this one from her appearance on Toddlers and Tiaras. She won overall natural photogenic. You want to put that on? Is that how you pose? Can you show us how you pose?
Wednesday night, Madison celebrated her appearance on the show by taking a limo ride with some of her friends, and then she watched it with them.
I'm excited.
And her mom says she will let Madison do pageants as long as she wants.
Why do you like doing pageants?
It's that I can win money.
Reporting in Corbin, Jacqueline Sprague, ABC 36, your local news source.
Good evening, I'm Jacqueline Sprague. Thank you for joining us tonight. An alleged carjacking of a cab early Saturday morning has some cab drivers once again worried about their safety. ABC 36's Ryan Dearbone has more in our top story. No arrests have been made in this case. Police are still investigating. And Lexington police are refusing to release the investigative file in the murder case against former state lawmaker Steve Nunn. The Lexington Herald-Leader requested the file under the Kentucky Open Records Act after Nunn pleaded guilty in June to fatally shooting his ex-fiancée Amanda Ross. The 58-year-old former state representative was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. Lexington police have released case files in the past after defendants were convicted and sentenced, but in this case, police said they will not release the records until after Nunn completes his life sentence. Herald-Leader editor Peter Baniak said the newspaper will take legal action to challenge that decision. 3 meth arrests have been made in Laurel County. Police arrested 37-year-old Dustin Owens, 34-year-old Keith Lay, and 34-year-old Tina Asher after deputies say they found a meth lab inside a bedroom closet at a residence on McFadden Cemetery Road. Police also found marijuana plants growing behind the home. All 3 face several charges, including manufacturing methamphetamine and cultivating marijuana. Back to you, Jackie. Nice to see a little cooler temperatures. Thank you, Stephanie. Forbes magazine has just named 3 Kentucky cities to its best places for business and careers list. Governor Steve Beshear made the announcement today that Lexington ranked 4th and Louisville ranked 14th on the list. Bowling Green also ranked 5th on the small towns list. Beshear said the ranking shows the depths of Kentucky's labor force and strength of the state's economic development programs that are attracting businesses from around the world. And if you're looking for something to do this weekend, why not head over to the Lions Club Bluegrass Fair at Masterson Station Park? The fair raises money for several community organizations to provide vision and hearing services to people who can't afford them. It runs through the 24th. Talks are going on behind the scenes this weekend on raising the national debt limit. After weeks of negotiations, Republicans and Democrats are split within their own ranks. ABC's Toman Bradley has the latest.
ABC 36 Sports is Solid Blue. Brought to you by Kentucky's Powerball and Mega Millions. Why choose? Play both.
In our Solid Blue report tonight, the Kentucky football team rolled out its new uniforms today. Players modeled the new blue and white threads on the catwalk. They have Nike Pro Combat technology, zone venting systems, and padding to help stability and impact. Better yet, they're supposed to improve performance. And head coach Joker Phillips says, believe it or not, uniforms do matter when recruiting players to some extent.
We've gotten to the point that that's where we are. I mean, you got to understand it. You got to go with it, and hopefully this uniform gives us an edge on some folks. Who knows? I think the most important thing: win games, and the uniforms will look better.
Maybe it was the new unis that sealed the deal for one Kentucky football recruit. Offensive lineman Zach Myers of Miamisburg, Ohio, has committed to the Cats. That's according to Scout.com. The 6'4", 270-pounder knows the Wildcats well. His dad also played at Kentucky. Well, we caught up with a former Kentucky football player when he was in town recently, helping out at Anthony Champ Kelly's football camp at Bryan Station High School. Ex-Cat quarterback Shane Boyd has had stints with the Houston Texans and Arizona Cardinals. Most recently, though, he played in the United Football League, but he's itching to play in the NFL again, and he's working with some of the best to try to do it.
If anything my uncle taught me is how to work hard, and that's something that's carried me through high school, through college, and even in the NFL. It's always hard work, and that's what we try and also instill in these kids. And even in the midst of this lockout we got going on right now, we have a group of guys that include me, Fitzgerald, Greg Jennings, Michael Jenkins, a lot of guys, Super Bowl champion guys, that we just work hard and we just hold our own camp.
The NBA collective bargaining agreement expires at midnight. The union chief says it's obvious a lockout will happen in just an hour, but a former Kentucky basketball player isn't too worried about it. The Orlando Magic held a press conference this week to introduce DeAndre Liggins. The 53rd overall pick in this year's NBA draft says the thing he's focused on right now isn't the lockout, but himself.